In the world of modernism, which is filled with technological advancement and cultural development, in an island governed by India resides what can be called as one of the oldest and most isolated tribes in the world. In today's video, we will try to know about this uncharted territory and its people. This is the story of North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal in India, whose indigenous people are known as the Sentinelese or Sentinelese. The group of probably 50 to 500 individuals is considered as one of the world's last uncontacted people. The island conservation comes under the Andaman and Nicobar Island Protection of Aboriginal Tribes Act of 1956, and any approach closer than 5 nautical miles or 9.26 kilometers is prohibited. The Indian Navy strictly patrols the area. The Sentinelese people are said to have been isolated for up to 60,000 years and are one of the 6 native and most secluded people of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Because of the lack of contact for so many years, they are often described as people belonging to the Stone Age. Never once in thousands of years have they made any attempt to mix with other ethnicities and are largely unaffected by the development and progress of mainstream society. Whatever little is known about the Sentinelese is only by observing from a distance. We still don't know the language they speak. Therefore, many people inaccurately describe them as savage or backward because of their cloisterous behavior. The primitive tribe is known for their hostile nature towards outsiders. But nobody blames them, as the outside world has brought them little but violence and contempt. Many attempts have been made to make contact with them, but these humans have made it very clear that they don't need any help or contact from anywhere. Initial attempt to make contact with Sentinelese people. In the late 1800s, the British officer M.V. Portman landed on the North Sentinel Island with a large team in the hope of contacting the Sentinelese. During their expedition, they just found abandoned villages and paths, but the Sentinelese were nowhere to be seen. After some time, they came across an elderly couple and their children, whom they forcefully brought to Port Blair, the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Island, in the interest of science. It was discovered that they were vulnerable to modern diseases, and the entire group soon fell ill. The old couple died, so the 4 children were sent back to the island with various gifts and presents. It is believed that the return of those children might have started an epidemic amongst the islanders, from which they have got no immunity. Next, in order to befriend the tribe, during the 1970s, the Indian authorities made occasional trips to North Sentinel. In one such trip, they left 2 pigs and a doll on the beach. The Sentinelese in return spared the pigs and buried them along with the doll. During the 1980s also, the teams tried to land at a place out of the reach of the arrows and left gifts like coconuts, bananas, and bits of iron. The Sentinelese sometimes would appear to make friendly gesture, at others they would take the gift into the forest and then fire arrows at the contact party. It was finally in 1991 when something bizarre happened. When the officers arrived on the island with gifts and presents, for the first time the Sentinelese approached without weapons. They even waded into the water to receive more coconuts. However, this friendly contact didn't last for long, even though gift dropping continued. But the encounters were not always friendly. At one point, the Sentinelese attacked the wooden boat with their adzes, a stone axe for cutting woods. But no one knows why they first dropped and then resumed their hostility to the contact mission. Finally, in 1996, the gift-dropping mission stopped. The reason being that the government authorities were compelled to think if it is wise to intrude in the life of a people who were healthy and content and who had thrived on their own for up to 55,000 years. The attempt that was made to befriend them had only brought destruction and devastating impact on the great Andamanese tribes. As of now, they might be living a healthy life, but their vulnerability to modern disease and exploitation bring their population on the brink of extinction. But it is now believed that it is best if they are left alone to live their life on their terms without any interference. That is much important than all the scientific benefits that can be achieved by trying to manipulate and make force contact with them. Hello guys, the ebook for the month of November is available on our website. Get an exclusive discount of 30%. Use the code CFA30.